there was a conference at the Royal Society of Medicine, and I saw there was a guy there that was speaking, a functional medicine practitioner, and he was just kind of presenting this sort of model, and he had a very similar background to me. And anyway, I just pulled him to the side afterwards and just started chatting to him, and then I become his client. So I then worked with him for a bit. We ended up
was that Dave Hompers?
Yeah, that was Dave Hompers at the time. So did some work with him. We ran some gut tests. We ran a few other tests. We picked up on a few issues that were going on. We addressed some of the infections that we picked up on in my gut. And then suddenly, like, energy levels started to come back. Everything started to sort of come back to normal. And then my resilience in terms of like stress and immunity and that sort of thing all started to improve as well. And it probably took about, 3 to 6 months to then really start to feel like I was getting back to my old self. But at that point, then it was that was the hook, I guess, was like, okay, cool. There's something here that works. That's some skills that I don't have in my arsenal, the tools that I don't have in my toolbox yet. So I spoke to Dave, did some mentoring with him, and then over the years ended up studying with Institute of Functional Medicine, Functional Medicine University, and just pummeling my way through like loads of different conferences and courses and that sort of stuff, basically.
What year was that? When did you meet Dave? Because I was going to say, was this like, my question on that, on what year is like, was this super far, like, new age when you were?
Oh man, it was not even being talked of like over here at all. I think it was right back in like 2010, something like that, 2010, 2011. And like functional medicine over here in the UK has only really taken off in the last 2 or 3 years. And, to some degree, I've been very lucky. Because I got into it quite early over here, and I was one of the first people to be doing sort of study in that area over here, and positioned myself from a online perspective as someone that basically deals with this and has that sort of approach, that as the functional medicine sort of wave come through, then it become much easier for me to sort of grow and develop my business and expand as well. But it's one of those, like I said before, it's functional medicine for me. It was almost like coming across something that aligned with how I believed I should be working with people anyway, rather than it being this whole new thing. It was just like, actually, this makes sense. This is kind of how I work, but now there's some new skills and some things that I can add to my toolbox where I can take it to the next level with what I'm doing with people.
100%. And I guess because